Hi, everyone. I'm Morgan Reynolds. Welcome back to Beyond the Trends. We're here in our studios today in lovely Vero Beach with a lovely commissioner, Laura Moss. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me today.
We're glad to have you.
For those who don't know, I'm serving my second term as county commissioner, and formerly I was the mayor of Vero Beach.
You were the mayor of Vero Beach. What year was that?
That was, I served on Vero Beach City Council from 2016 to 2020. And actually, I am a historic, I'm historic. Well, what can I say? I'm the first.
She's an icon. She's historic. We love it.
I'm the only woman to have started her city council career as mayor. So day one, I was the mayor. I still remember waking up that morning. I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm like, oh my God, I have to get out of bed. I have to do something.
I have to go do something.
I'm the mayor.
The people have given you their trust, and now you have to go do something.
And that's how I start every day. I have to go do something. If I don't do it, who's going to do it?
Who is going to do it? Well, so that kind of maybe leads us into our next question, Laura, which is, what made you decide to run for Indian River County Commissioner?
Well,
you hadn't had enough trauma from just being the mayor.
I've loved city council, and as you know, Vero Beach City Council always has projects that they're working on. So the topics were interesting, but I just wanted a broader perspective. As the county deals, and for those who don't know, it's a legislative body. So any rules, regulations, anything having to do, it's countywide. For example, water issues, which interest me very much. Roads and bridges, traffic, a lot of complaints about traffic. And just growth and development. I mean, I would say water and growth and development are the two largest concerns right now. And I'm speaking about not only for myself, but for the community at large.
Yeah.
Those are the largest concerns. And that's reflected in the community outreach that we've done within the last year. We did two surveys come to mind, and they were both in person, different workshops, and also online responses. One was the urban service boundary. And for those who don't know, the urban services would be considered to be water and sewer. So if you have water and sewer lines there, then you can develop. So we did that, and that came back. The most important concern having to do with development was impact on the natural environment. And that's what I love, is that we really care about where we live. That came back that way, that people were most concerned about impact on the natural environment. And also the second study was very recent, and that was for the Oslo corridor. And that came back the same way. People, that's zoned agricultural right now, and people want to see open space. They're very concerned about preserving the natural beauty that we have here, and not just the beaches that we have to the east, but also traveling west. We have beautiful greenlands. We have farmland out there. I visited a mother and son they have I guess it's about 40 acres, and they grow fruits and vegetables for farm to table, which is very popular.
Yeah,
as we know.
No, we have beautiful farmland here, and beautiful oak trees, and some woods and forests that you can go walking in and things like that. Being from the north, when I first got here, I felt that this was mostly a tropical jungle and that I had landed in Jurassic Park. But there's things that are a little bit more like the Midwest too, as you travel out west. So there's a lot of different kind of environmental concerns to be aware of. But today we want to get to know Ms. Moss a little bit better at a personal level. So Laura, tell us, where are you from originally? What brought you here to Indian River?
And I'm not kidding. When I ran for office in 2016, and in the South, that's the question you're asked the most. We know people in the North will ask, well, what do you do? People in the South ask, where are you from?
I don't know that I've ever thought about that, but that's probably true.
Oh, yes. Because I campaigned. I attend all the events, and that's at the time, that was how I was campaigning. And that was always the question people wanted to know.
Mhm.
That was the first question. I mean, after that, they might ask where you stand on certain issues. So I said to them, well, where do you think I'm from? And that was a lot of fun. I got all kinds of answers. Texas came up a lot. And I said, in my dreams. In my dreams, I'm from Texas. I'm a cowgirl. But no, actually, and I would actually the sweetest one was this lady from Oklahoma, and she thought I was from Oklahoma,
Oh, that's nice.
and
She wanted you to be from her state.
that left me speechless because when someone you're just meeting, talk to for only a few minutes, thinks that you call where they.
It's a high compliment. Yeah.
It was beautiful. But anyway, to answer the question, New York.
New York. Excellent. And what brought you down here?
Well, I didn't come here from New York. I also lived in Southern California for 10 years. And as happens to many people who come to Vero Beach, or used to at any rate, before COVID, my parents moved here in 1980s.
Okay.
So I've been coming and going. I've seen a lot of the changes that have occurred during that period of time from 1980 forward. They came here in 1985. My father died in 2000, and I moved here in 2005 to help my mother.
Yeah.
Parents. A lot of people have have a
Similar stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I absolutely fell in love with the place.
It's hard not to love.
I wasn't born here, but I feel like I was. In fact, I got invited to a high school reunion here.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Age appropriate high school reunion. I wish I could have gone because it would have been great.
That's
fun.
fun.
Not recognizes anybody that many years, decades later anyway. So.
Oh, that's a good time.
Yeah.
So people, as you said, do come and go from here quite a bit. A lot of people are introduced to it as a spot to vacation and then decide to stay. If somebody is visiting our county from out of town, where are some places that you like to take them?
I take them, actually, it may be kind of funny, but I take them to City Hall in Vero Beach because that was like a second home to me.
Okay.
I like that building. It was, I know some people think, they'd rather have something newer. It was built in the mid 1960s. To me, it's very homey. I like the wood. I like the green. It's very, very comfortable. It's very welcoming to me. I always felt at home there. But I like to introduce even my guests just so they get an idea of local government because a lot of people don't have firsthand exposure to it. So I have them come up with me and hold the gavel.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
You see it from the other perspective.
Right.
You're sitting up here and you have your audience, and what is that like? So I take people there. Also, it depends on which city I'm in. In Sebastian, for example, I've taken guests to Captain Hiram's. Also taken them to Riverview Park, which is very nice.
Beautiful.
And walk out on the piers there because that's a lovely view of the lagoon. In Vero Beach, I like to take them to Waldo's and Ocean Grill and talk about the Sexton family.
Yes.
And how eclectic and idiosyncratic that is, both of those structures and how that came to be. Where people always find we did have the patio. We don't anymore, unfortunately. But what a wonderful legacy that is. And then you can also stop by some newer places like 21st Amendment is a great place to go for a newer place. And out in Fellsmere, I, of course, always take them to Marsh Landing because you haven't lived. They've been to Marsh Landing and had, I think it's called the Critter Plate. And it's frog's legs, it's gator, and something else. But actually, my favorite thing there, though, is the fried chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hard to beat fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Okay. Excellent.
But any other kind of thing you want to try is also there, too.
I've never been to Marsh Landing, so I'm going to have to put that on my list.
Need to go.
Okay.
The way it's decorated is also very interesting.
Very fun.
It's very local.
Yes.
A lot of old photos. Actually, a lot of them were taken by, a lot of the photos were taken by Corky Corker, who is a World War II veteran and just turned 100 years old this year. But
Wow.
he had a
Congratulations to
career as a
him.
photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of the photographs there are historic. And it's just, I love that kind of space where there's a lot to look at
Mm-hmm.
and you never know what you're going to see next.
That is really fun. Yeah. And especially when there's local history that you can learn about and gives you kind of a better depth of understanding of where we live.
Yeah. And again, there's that wood. And wood is such a comfortable venue. I like it when people restore our businesses, restore old buildings. And Jeff Blashy did that, as you know, with 21st Amendment.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was dealing with a brick building. But it's always so warm and inviting. That's how I find it. So I take my guests to places that I find to be warm and inviting places, and places with a story.
That's great.
We all like stories.
We do all like stories. Well, someday I'm going to have to let you be my tour guide because that sounds like a lot of fun. So now that you're a commissioner, you are very busy. I see you at a lot of events. You are technically Vero Beach is your district.
My district, there are 5 districts.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start from the beginning. We're a small county, and that's official because we belong to the small county coalition that's in Liver County. Mm-hmm. So in terms of population, we are a small county. So the 5 districts have no effect on funding. Sometimes people think it's like Washington, D.C., where you have to bring money home for your district. It's not that way because we're a small county. Each of us lives in a different part of the county, just so that all of the county is represented.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want, for example, 5 people from Fellsmere. So we live in different places. Each of the commissioners lives in a different place around the county. My district runs on either side of the lagoon, on the River Lagoon. Mm-hmm. It goes as far south as the St. Lucie County line.
Oh, wow.
And as far north as 510.
Okay.
To the east, it goes right to the ocean, to the beach, coming to the beach, and to the west, US 1. And that's just a general description. There are little zigzags and that kind of thing, but generally, that's so it runs. I'm beachside. I'm the lady of the lagoon.
I love that. So before you start a busy day of traipsing all over the lagoon land, as it were, how do you start your mornings usually?
You should try to walk in the morning. If I don't have an early meeting, I try to get a walk in. I walk today.
Yeah.
So I try to walk at least a mile, sometimes 2 miles, and then during the day I usually will pick up an extra mile or 2.
Okay. Do you count your steps?
No.
Throughout the day?
My steps, that's too complicated. It's a mile. I don't even know how many steps a mile is. Just I go by the mile.
Yeah,
mile.
that's fair. Are you a coffee person or a tea person in the morning?
Until I ran for office, and it was funny because Erin Grawl, who is now our state senator, and this was years ago. I don't know that she wasn't elected at the time. I'm not sure. I think I had just started on something, or I was running for office, and we met. And she said, I never drank coffee until I started running for office. And I said, oh, well, yeah. I thought thinking to myself, well, I'm running for office. Maybe I should try coffee. So I did. And that was funny because the first time I ran, I was meeting with different people. I remember one particular instance. I was meeting with different people. And you'll appreciate this. I know you have a lot of meetings. So I had 3 meetings within 2 hours.
Oh, boy. Yep.
And Cobalt was kind enough at the time to just let me sit at a table.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, well, I really need to order something. So each time someone came in, I had another espresso.
Oh, no?
So I had 3 espressos in 2 hours.
Oh, no.
I don't have any cardiac issues. But I was feeling a little strange. So I thought, I think I'll just go home and lie down now, which I did. And I'm thinking, this will be so embarrassing. I hope I'm all right. What are they going to put on my death certificate? Killed by coffee.
That would be tragic.
I like espresso, and I also, at the other end of the spectrum, I guess, is latte, which I've discovered more recently. I started with espresso and drink coffee black. And I don't drink coffee every day. In fact, it's funny. When I first started drinking coffee, I was out to breakfast with friends, and the waitress came by and said, "Oh, would you like a refill, second cup?" I paused because I needed to think about it.
Right. You're like, wait, I need to pace myself here.
And I said to my friend, "No, should I have a second cup of coffee?" He goes, "You can have whatever you want because you're the same whether you have coffee or you don't have coffee." Today I have not had any coffee. This is just it.
That's impressive. I'm on my second cup, full transparency. I won't ask you if you have a favorite coffee spot in town because we don't want to pick favorites. But do you have any pets at home or anyone you have to take care of in between things?
No, I don't. I don't have any pets. As a child, we had a family dog. The dog was our family. Not my personal dog. I'm the eldest of 5.
Oh boy,
so
that's a full roster.
So we had a dog, and I had a cat who lived in the woods. I actually found out later it was a Maine Coon cat.
No.
And if anyone knows what they are, they're big. It's like the size of a small dog and has the behavior of a dog. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that as a child. Someone explained that to me because I had a picture of the cat. Mm. So I was out somewhere and a friend said, "Oh," I showed the picture and a friend said, "Oh, you had a Maine Coon cat." And I go, "Oh, I did." And the friend explained to me, it's an interesting kind of cat, but my mother wouldn't let it in the house.
Oh, that's so funny.
I lived in the woods.
Lived in the woods. It was an outdoor kitty.
Spent my whole allowance on cat food.
That's so cute.
I would ride my bicycle to buy the cat food, and the cat would actually ride behind the bicycle.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Yeah. It really was like a dog.
It was.
Did he have a name?
TC. Top Cat.
He sounds like the top cat.
I think that was a cartoon years ago, or show.
Tomcat?
Top Cat.
Tom and Jerry or something like that. That's so funny. I'll have to show you kitty pictures later.
But I focus on people, and I'm thankful. I don't get tired of it because to me, that's the largest part of the job. And that's what I tell young people when I encourage them to be involved in government. Mm-hmm. I say, politics is not a dirty word. Don't turn your back on it. If you don't control it, it will control you. Mm. And you need to be aware of what's going on, whether you like it or not. But honestly, local government can be hugely rewarding. And that's what I tell them. I mean, if you think about it, you can do good things right where you live and have a very positive impact. So I always encourage our young people to get involved in whatever fashion. Just follow it. And really, everyone should.
Yeah.
You want to know because it pains me when people see something after the fact. It's already been voted on.
Yes.
And it's already starting to happen. And then they'll go, well, where did that come from? Mm-hmm. And it's been, these things are planned for years. So I encourage people, take a look. I mean, city council meets every 2 weeks. That's any of the city councils, whatever city you live in. Mm-hmm. Vero Beach, Sebastian, Fellsmere. And the county commission meets every 2 weeks. Just take a quick look at the agenda. I mean, it's 5 minutes of your time. Mm-hmm. And the agenda for county commission would be on indianriver.gov. That's the county website.
Okay.
Each of the cities also has a website. You can see if there's anything, a few minutes. Just take a quick look. Is there anything, well, why are they talking about that? Or what's this about? And then if you want to attend the meeting, if you can't attend. Every meeting's videotaped. You can watch the video. After the fact, you can send an email. We read everything. Or I certainly do, and I'm sure my colleagues do as well. I mean, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
You can make a difference. Even if it's just with an email or a phone call, you can make a difference. And that's what I tell our young people. And frankly, I ask everyone to do that because that's how we're going to keep this the special place that it is. If everyone's involved.
Right. You have to be engaged. You have to take a little time.
But I tell them, about running for office. I think that was your question, running for office. I got started because a friend said to me, "You should run for office." And this is a true story. Mm-hmm. And I said, "I hate politics." And the friend said, "That's why you should run."
Yes.
And because to me, it's doing things.
Right.
All right. I mean, I don't have a huge ideology that, I'm trying to implement. I want to do good things for the community. And that's why I'm out there, because I'm out there listening.
Right.
It's mainly listening. Because if you think about it, that's unfiltered information.
Yes.
I mean, I do my homework. I read the staff reports, but everyone's got an agenda. Politics are everywhere. There are office politics at the very least.
Right.
So I like information firsthand. I really enjoy that part of it. But what I tell people is, if you like people and you like problem solving, local politics is a great way to accomplish both of those goals: to be with people and to be able to do good things for your own community, to solve problems.
That's really encouraging,
as
Laura.
they come up. That's how I look at it. It really, to me, it is that simple. It doesn't matter what political party you are. At the local level,
just care about people
at the
and
local level.
Want to solve problems.
I don't see it. I don't see any of the things that we do as party issues.
Right.
I mean, everyone wants the lagoon to be healthy. Everyone wants to be careful about growth. Everyone's concerned about the same things in the same way.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of mobilizing that so that we make sure that we have what we want and what we enjoy.
Right.
Keep it.
And finding some ways to work together on it. Yeah. No, that's very encouraging.
Great.
So, great reminders to go to the website, check on the agenda, just at least read what the topics are so that you can stay a little bit informed and engaged. Before we go, in honor of the centennial, what is something that you love about Florida or Indian River County, or maybe a little bit of history that you would like to share?
Parade. And we're having one.
We're having a parade
coming up, and I know you're very much involved in that. In fact,
yes, the centennial parade will be a lot of fun.
Vero Beach, that's coming up. I would say for Indian River County, as you may know, Indian River County was formed. What was part of St. Lucie County. And I'm not going to go all the way back in history. Originally, it was Mosquito County, and that was huge. It went, I think,
that's so crazy. But yes, I
down
heard
to
that.
Martin
Yeah,
County, something like that. I'm not going to get into all the minutia of history, but more recently, the way we were formed, Indian River County, as separate from St. Lucie County, was we wanted to go to the movies on a Sunday afternoon. And there were blue laws, and the blue laws continued for quite some time. But that being said, the St. Lucie sheriff came and shut down the movie theater.
That's so crazy.
People here were so annoyed by that. It's like, we want to do this. So they decided to form their own county. And did. So I like that. So we've been upstarts from the start.
Upstarts from the start. That could be the county motto.
That's who we are, and I like that. We do it our way.
That's right.
And we don't have to do what everybody else does. We don't have to. Nobody can make us.
That's right. And I think that is what kind of makes Florida special and Indian River County special. Florida is a state where the counties are able to kind of govern themselves quite a bit more maybe than in some other places. And so you can kind of choose how your county wants to do things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely you can. That's why I encourage everyone to participate.
Everyone participate. Any advice that you have received over the years that was meaningful to you that you would like to share with the audience?
Yes. This has to do with politics, but it's a great practice, and I find I still do it. I was just thinking about this the other day. Thank you for this question. My very first job after college was at a very small advertising agency. It was owned by Mr. Valdez, who was a Cuban refugee, and it employed, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 people. It was a small business, and it was Yellow Page advertising.
Great.
Yes, back then, he sold space to be in the Yellow Pages, which was a bound book at that time. And he did the media buying and also designing of the ads. So I worked there. And one thing that he said to me, I just found very interesting right after college, and I still think it's great advice today, decades later. He said, when you're done for the day, when you think you've accomplished everything you set out to do for that day, and I love this, do one more thing. Just do one more thing. And think about that. If you do just one more thing, whatever it is, every day, how that adds up over time. The positive cumulative effect of that. Because I found myself doing that the other day. So I left the office later.
Right.
And I had planned to, but when I was driving home in the car, he just popped into my head, and I thought, wow, isn't that great?
Yeah.
So that he said that all
What
those
a wonderful
years ago.
example, right?
Yeah.
For a young business person.
Yeah.
And over the course of a year, that's 365 extra things
and not that you should be frazzled or that. I don't mean, add to your to-do list. It can be just a small thing.
No, right.
It doesn't, you don't want to embark on your next project at the end of the day if you're tired,
right,
whatever. But there's usually just one more thing that's not that difficult, or that's what I find.
Rather than saying, oh, that'll keep till tomorrow, maybe you just check that last little thing off the list. Yeah. Yes. That's really great advice. One other question we didn't get to, is there a book or a show or a podcast that you've enjoyed lately that you would recommend?
Actually,
there's no shame. We can edit this out if you don't like it.
No, because because quite honestly, I just don't have time I was a bookworm as a child. So no, it's not an embarrassing question in the least. I was a bookworm, and I barely spoke. I guess I was saving it all up for.
That's so funny.
So worried, is she going to speak? Yeah, but I was an absolute bookworm. So I devoured everything. I mean, I read all the classics and every school assignment, and I just loved to read. I mean, I would read while I was brushing my teeth. I mean, I'd be reading at the same time, multitasking. Before there was multitasking,
before it was such a thing,
I was you
were practicing. Yes,
but I loved it. But now I am so, the best part of my job is being out in the community. So I'm so busy with people that at this point in my life, I don't have the time or don't take the time, or much time, for books or just leisure time, I guess I would call it. I'm just always talking to people, which I enjoy.
Right.
It's not. Right. I don't mean to say that it's, work.
Right.
Working. It certainly helps me in my job.
You're doing it because you love it, though.
I enjoy it. And that's why I say, if you love people, you love problem solving, being in office, local office, and probably a higher office too, it's a wonderful thing.
That's really great. Happy. Well, Laura, I really enjoy seeing you and being one of the people that you get to interact with all the time. So thank you so much for being here and taking time out of your schedule today. Everyone, you can find Laura's information on indianriver.gov and reach out with questions, comments, concerns, thoughts about the county. And we will see you next time here at Beyond the Trend.